Sudan, a nation in northeast Africa, is embroiled in a devastating civil war. The conflict, which erupted in April 2023, pits two powerful military factions against each other. On one side stands the Sudanese military, led by General Abdel Fattah Burhan. On the other side are the Rapid Support Forces, commanded by Lieutenant General Mohamed Hamdan. The fighting has plunged Sudan into chaos, leading to widespread suffering and displacement. The power struggle between these two generals has torn the nation apart. Both leaders have a history in Sudan's turbulent political landscape. Their rivalry has come at a terrible cost, with civilians bearing the brunt of the violence. The conflict has exacerbated existing tensions, deepening ethnic and political divides within the country. The international community has condemned the violence and called for a ceasefire. However, numerous attempts to broker peace have failed. The two warring factions have shown little willingness to engage in meaningful dialogue. As the conflict rages on, the humanitarian situation in Sudan continues to deteriorate rapidly. In a stark illustration of the conflict's devastating impact, a massive fire engulfed Sudan's largest oil refinery, Al Jaili, in January 2025. Located north of the capital Khartoum, the refinery was a critical source of fuel and revenue for the nation. The inferno, visible for miles, burned for days, sending plumes of thick black smoke into the sky. The cause of the fire remains disputed, with both the military and the RSF blaming each other for the disaster. However, the incident underscored the vulnerability of critical infrastructure in the midst of conflict. The destruction of the refinery dealt a severe blow to Sudan's already crippled economy. The economic consequences of the fire were immediate and far-reaching. Fuel shortages worsened, leading to soaring prices and long queues at petrol stations. The loss of oil revenue further strained the government's ability to provide basic services to its people. The destruction of the Al Jaili refinery served as a grim reminder of the conflict's devastating economic toll. The ongoing conflict has triggered a dire humanitarian crisis in Sudan. Millions have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in overcrowded camps or fleeing to neighboring countries. The situation in these camps is dire, with shortages of food, water, and medical supplies. The fighting has disrupted agricultural production and supply chains, leading to severe food shortages. The United Nations has warned of a looming famine, with millions at risk of starvation. Children are particularly vulnerable, facing malnutrition and disease. The healthcare system, already fragile before the conflict, has been pushed to the brink of collapse. Hospitals are overwhelmed with casualties, and there is a severe shortage of medical personnel and essential supplies. The conflict has created ideal conditions for the spread of diseases, further exacerbating the humanitarian crisis.